It's from my favorite cookbook, and that is The Gifts in the Kitchen by Debbie Harmon. She has a whole series of cookbooks, and let me tell you what, all of her recipes are amazing and they work out so good. Today we're going to be making the best dinner rolls. Now I'm going to explain to you how we're going to do this because it's very different than my previous videos. Also, I have about 15 other videos of gifts in a jar which are very unusual. They're not desserts, they're full meals in my playlist. And I'll make sure I share that at the end of this video. But this is called Best Dinner Rolls. Now, it calls for everything to be put on a big kettle or a big wash pan, and then you're supposed to mix it all together. Very different. Normally you put the ingredients in one at a time in each jar and you layer it. Well, the best dinner rolls are totally different. Also, I want to recommend with this book, in the back is a CD. And that CD you can put in your computer, then you can print out beautiful, I'm telling you, beautiful labels and all kinds of things. In this recipe, she adds yeast to the big mix. I don't do that because for me, I want my yeast to stay fresh. I actually add my yeast when I'm going to bake the rolls. So when you have the tag that has all of this on it, then I just also add 3 tablespoons of yeast. So let me see if I can explain this really well. What we do is we put a whole bunch of ingredients in a mason jar like this. And then there's pre-out instructions that you print out, which tells you what to add to the jar to make the rolls. So to this jar, we will have to add 1 cup of warm water, 1/4 cup of butter, 1 egg, and then 3 teaspoons of yeast. But gifts in a jar are amazing. They can stand on your shelf for 1 year at least. I had some from last year that I'm using up this year. This can be in your bread machine. This can be in your KitchenAid mixer. This you can stir by hand. It doesn't matter what appliance you have. All of my mixes in a jar you can use by stirring by hand with a wooden spoon, or you can put in different appliances. All right, everyone, I hope I explained that enough. Now I had to try to figure out what I'm gonna get that's big enough to put all of this ingredients in. And I'm gonna share with you the ingredients, the main ingredients here in just a moment. So I have this large stock pot, and that's what I'm gonna put all of the ingredients. I did some homework for all of you. It calls for 1 5-pound bag of white flour. Now I am using bread flour, but she says you can use regular flour. 5 pounds of flour is actually 18 cups. So I'm going to be putting 18 cups of flour in here, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1 1/2 cup of dry milk, 2 tablespoons of salt. It's all going in here, and we're going to stir it up. And then I'll show you what we do next. All right, now I added 2 cups of granulated sugar. I'm gonna start stirring this already. Boy, it's gonna be really important that we stir this up really good. I am using this dough whisk. This is made for bread dough, but this works perfect for stirring like this. If you have the book, you're gonna have to make your own hang tag. It is 1 cup of water, 1/4 cup of butter, 1 egg, and 3 teaspoons of yeast. And that's what you're gonna put on your tag, so when people get the jar, they know what they need to add to it to make the bread. And then the bread is, you just mix it all together in a bread machine or however, and then you roll it out into 12 balls, place them on a grease 9x13 baking sheet, let rise till double, bake at 400 for 12 to 15 minutes. Pretty much standard when you're baking bread. All right, I'm gonna go mix this all up, and then I'll get back to you and we'll put it in our jars. All right, so I do not use good canning lids for this. So I reuse my canning lids for these kind of projects. So it's great to reuse canning lids over and over again when you're working with this kind of project. All right, so it gave me, I think, 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, it gave me 10 of them. All right, so now what we're going to do is time to decorate them. So we are just going to decorate them like this. So I cut up these fabric squares. And actually, yes, we'll do it like this. I was going to do it the other way. That's how I normally do it. But I think I'll just do them like this time. This is what really makes your gifts in a jar pretty. It's just taking a little bit of fabric and a little bit of time and decorating them. All right, let me go ahead and finish this, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're totally finished. All right, everyone, so there's how you make the best dinner rolls gifts in a jar. I'm going to show you here what it looks like all together. I hope you give it a try. I want to be more self-sufficient and have a full grocery store pantry. It's just so easy to make. Bye, everybody. I love you. Good night, my friends. May God be with you until we meet again.